I was led to ketamine treatment because I had Lyme disease for almost 4 years and didn't know it. I was living undiagnosed, and in early April of 2020, my legs started going numb, and April 9th, 2020, I woke up paralyzed and numb from the neck down. I had had an autoimmune response to Lyme disease and made my spinal cord swell from C1 to C6 with a bunch of lesions on it, a condition called transverse myelitis. And I stayed in the hospital for quite a while, and then inpatient physical and occupational therapy. The miracle workers there got me walking again, but I was still numb from the neck down, no feeling or sensation in my body. I was very depressed. I'd always been depressed. Been on anti-anxiety meds since I was 14 and antidepressants since I was 16, and really just didn't know how I was going to move forward with life. Was really eager to get my life back, whatever that looked like, but for the degree of neuropathy and ataxia and neurological issues I was having, there really wasn't a playbook on how people came back from that and really got better. I was determined to get better and had heard a lot about ketamine previously. I have a family member who had had an ankle injury and had gotten treated for it in 2005, and a family friend's father fell off a ladder and had a spinal injury and also received ketamine treatment. So I was very curious if it could do anything for me. When I got out of the hospital, I was on 9 medications, still very numb. And that was a medley of anti-anxiety, antipsychotics, really just a chemical lobotomy, if you will. Ran into someone from the clinic and found that there was a way to access this treatment in Florida and to do it properly. And so I very eagerly dove into treatment, came into the clinic, very welcoming staff. I was kind of curious what a medical ketamine clinic was going to look and feel like, but definitely lived up to the expectations in terms of a very comfortable, welcoming environment. Really appreciated the whole team approach that I felt there, from Charles and Christina on the intake end and kind of explaining how it works to the initial consultation with Dr. Ferber. After my first 20 minutes with Dr. Ferber, I knew that it was going to be something very special here. After my second treatment, when I came back the next day and was kind of getting about my day, and my cat brushed against my leg and I could feel every individual fine hair, and it's the only time in my life I've happy cried, and it was just a 20-minute purge, and all of a sudden I knew, there was something to it. I'm playing guitar again. I have complete feeling in my hands and fingers. I can do this. I can stand on one leg. I've gotten my proprioception back. Truly just a miracle. And with that, when I started treatment, I was on 9 different medications. I'm now on one that I take as needed and probably about once a week. So, and that happened in just a short few months. And with that, the ability to love myself and not need any help, from an outside medication doing that. And when I think about what my life was like prior to treatment and what it's like now, it's just a world of difference. I've been able to start working again, really enjoying what I'm doing. I have hobbies, friends, and meaningful relationships. I've used the term before that it's like the needle's back in the groove on the record and playing music clearly. I didn't know how insane and unwell in the head I was until I started getting better, and my physical therapists continue to be blown away with the things that I'm doing, and at some point my dexterity improved to the point where I can ride a skateboard, which is highly inadvisable for someone with my medley of conditions, but the reaction from my doctor and physical therapist sending them a video of me skateboarding was very good day. Everyone says find something that works for you. My whole life I have tried various engagements with therapy, medication, what have you, and none of it did much for me or helped me work through much of anything. And this continues to be a very effective and beneficial way for me to go about life as a happy person and work through things in my own way. It's to the point where I feel like I've discovered fire and I want to tell the other villagers. So much so that as soon as I realized how much this was doing for me, I was very insistent with Charles and Christina that I'm going to work for you one day. I don't know in what capacity, but I'm going to work for you. And just very incessantly stayed in Charles' ear about it. And the universe being a beautiful thing, it's worked out. And now I do get to work for the clinic and continue to spread this message and hopefully help those who suffer as I once did. believe in it that heavily that kind of reoriented my life to be about this work and this mission. If you keep doing what you're doing right now, you're going to wake up tomorrow and feel the same way that you feel right now. And if you're as unhappy as I was, you're probably willing to try anything. And so what is there to lose with trying this? It can only make things better if you're anything like I was. If you are anywhere like myself or any of the rest of the staff were before we found this medicine, what do you have to lose?